The January transfer market always brings excitement, tension and speculation, but few decisions have stirred as much debate as Liverpool's approach to Marc Guehi. With the Crystal Palace defender approaching the final months of his contract, the Reds face a choice between moving aggressively in the winter or exercising patience until the summer. At first glance, the recent injury to Giovanni Leoni might have seemed like the perfect justification to accelerate their plans and bring in reinforcement. Yet, reports suggest Liverpool remain resolute. They will not pay a hefty transfer fee in January when a free deal is on the horizon. This stance, confirmed by reliable voices close to the club, underlines a transfer philosophy built on discipline rather than impulse. Still, it leaves fans and analysts wondering, will patience prove to be a masterstroke of strategy, or will it expose the team to unnecessary risk in the crucial months ahead? Liverpool's decision not to pursue Marc Guehi in January reflects more than just financial caution. It is a demonstration of how the club views long-term squad building and value in the transfer market. At a time when many Premier League rivals are willing to overspend to secure immediate reinforcements, Liverpool are opting for restraint. Their reasoning is simple. Guehi's contract situation means that within 5 months, he could be acquired on a free transfer. For a club that prides itself on intelligent recruitment and efficiency, paying a large fee now would contradict their established principles. This approach is not without risk. Defensive depth has become a concern, particularly after Giovanni Leoni's injury. Liverpool's system under Jürgen Klopp demands a high defensive line, requiring pace, awareness and stability at the back. Losing one option inevitably increases the pressure on the likes of Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate, Joe Gomez and Jarell Quansah. While those names provide quality, the relentless pace of the season, with Premier League matches, domestic cups and European commitments, means even the slightest injury crisis could expose the squad's thin margins. Critics argue that ignoring an opportunity to strengthen in January could prove costly, particularly if Liverpool face decisive fixtures without adequate cover. Yet Liverpool have historically resisted panic buys. Their recruitment team, led by Michael Edwards in the past and now working within a similar framework, has always emphasised the importance of timing. Whether it was the acquisitions of Virgil van Dijk, Alisson Becker, or more recently Dominik Szoboszlai, the club has shown a willingness to wait for the right player at the right moment. This calculated patience has been a defining feature of their modern success, ensuring that every addition fits both the tactical system and the club's financial model. In the case of Guehi, the logic is clear. Why compromise this principle when patience could deliver the same player at a fraction of the cost? Furthermore, Guehi himself represents a profile that Liverpool have been keen to add for some time. At just 24 years old, he has already proven himself as a Premier League caliber defender with leadership qualities, composure on the ball and strong positional sense. His experience with England adds to his credibility, marking him as a player capable of stepping into high-pressure situations. From a stylistic standpoint, he would suit Liverpool's preference for defenders who can cover space, play in transition, and contribute to build-up play. Waiting for him until the summer, therefore, is not just about saving money. It is about ensuring that when he does arrive, he becomes part of a well-structured long-term plan rather than a short-term fix. Paul Joyce's statement that Liverpool's decision will not change is significant because it highlights the club's internal alignment. Transfer strategies often falter due to pressure from fans, media, or unexpected injuries. However, Liverpool's insistence on sticking to their plan suggests strong conviction in their squad's resilience and depth. It is a signal that the hierarchy believes Klopp can navigate the season with his current resources and that short-term obstacles will not dictate long-term planning. This stance also reflects a confidence in younger talents like Quansah, who has shown maturity beyond his years and could benefit from more playing opportunities in Guehi's absence. On the financial side, the logic becomes even more apparent. Transfer fees for Premier League defenders have skyrocketed in recent years, with even mid-table players commanding sums upward of £40 million to £50 million. For Liverpool to pay such a figure for Guehi in January, when he could be available for nothing in the summer, would set a precedent that contradicts their strategy of value-driven acquisitions. It would also limit resources that could be better allocated elsewhere, such as midfield depth or attacking reinforcement, depending on how the season unfolds. In a footballing landscape where clubs must navigate both financial fair play regulations and internal wage structures, discipline becomes as important as ambition. Still, this decision raises tactical questions. If Liverpool do suffer further injuries at the back, the gamble could look reckless. A season that promises potential silverware, whether in the Premier League, Europa League, or domestic cups, requires depth in every position. Missing out on a title because of defensive frailty would be a painful irony, given that reinforcements were available. Moreover, rivals like Manchester City, Arsenal, or even Manchester United may see opportunities to exploit this gap, especially in decisive head-to-head clashes. Liverpool are effectively betting on the durability of their current defenders and the ability of Klopp's coaching staff to manage workloads effectively across competitions. From a psychological perspective, the decision also sends a message to the squad. It shows faith in the existing players, suggesting that the club trusts them to deliver without immediate external support. This could be a morale booster for players like Gomez or Quansah, who might otherwise feel overshadowed by the arrival of a high-profile signing. On the other hand, it could increase pressure, as any mistakes or lapses in form might be scrutinized more heavily in the absence of reinforcements. Managing this dynamic will be crucial for Klopp as he balances the confidence of his defenders with the scrutiny of fans and media. Finally, the timing of Guehi's potential arrival in the summer carries symbolic weight. By waiting, Liverpool could secure a top-class defender just as they transition into another phase under Klopp. With Van Dijk approaching the latter years of his career, planning for succession becomes inevitable. Guehi could represent the future spine of the defence, bridging the present with the next era. His signing in the summer, therefore, would not just be about numbers, but about vision. A statement that Liverpool remain committed to evolving intelligently rather than reacting hastily. In essence, Liverpool's refusal to act in January may appear stubborn, but it is a calculated stance rooted in their philosophy. They are choosing discipline over desperation, strategy over impulse, and long-term planning over short-term reaction. Whether this gamble pays off will depend on the fitness and form of their current defenders, the outcome of crucial fixtures, and Guehi's eventual arrival. But if history is any guide, Liverpool's patience has often been rewarded, and they are betting that this will be the case once again. Liverpool's stance on Marc Guehi ultimately reflects the club's broader philosophy, building with patience, intelligence, and conviction, rather than bending under pressure. By refusing to pay a premium fee in January, they are signalling that financial discipline and long-term planning matter more than short-term fixes, even when circumstances such as Giovanni Leoni's injury tempt them otherwise. This decision may frustrate some supporters who crave immediate reinforcements, but it underscores the trust Klopp and the hierarchy have in their existing squad. The months ahead will reveal whether this calculated gamble proves wise or costly. If Liverpool's defence holds firm, the summer arrival of Guehi will feel like the perfect piece to strengthen their next chapter. If not, questions will inevitably follow about whether pragmatism cost them silverware. For now, though, the club has made its choice clear. Guehi is a Liverpool target for the future, not for the present.